Leads. It's the lifeline of your business. Without leads, you have no clients. Without clients, you have no money. Without money, you have no business. So leads are a very important part to the success of your business. And if you don't have a system for creating it, well, then you're gonna have a lot of struggles with your business. Today, I'm talking about how to create your lead system and how to get more leads for your online business. Hey, my name's Jesse Eker. Today I'm talking about leads and all things leads, but most important, I'm talking about how you create a system for leads, because what ends up happening is some people are good at doing these one-off things that might get them some leads. They might get some people coming in inquiring about their company or what they're doing and how they're doing it, and they might get, some flow, but they never create any consistency with what they're doing. And so what ends up happening is you get, these fluxes, right? Flex of leads, and then you're like, where am I getting my next leads? And then it creates stress points, and then you have to go deviate your energy and focus to something else. Well, what I like to do is create a lead system, something that you can count on. And today I'm going to share with you exactly what you can do to do that by giving you the three most critical parts to creating that lead system. Okay? So the first part of the lead system is knowing who you really want for your leads. Here's a massive mistake that I see over and over and over again. You've probably heard it, and I'm gonna say it again, is you gotta be specific with who you want to come in for your leads, right? You need to know your ideal person. Now, I'm gonna explain in a minute why this is so important for you to know first, and why it's really bad to be generic and try to go for all the groups of people versus just being specific, because we're gonna go into that next. But knowing who the lead system is going to be for is critical. And so many people make the mistake of just classifying everyone together instead of grouping them by niche. And so you need to pick and choose, who do you want? So if we're in the coaching industry, there could be overall coaches, that's one, right? But then there's fitness coaches, business coaches, there's relationship coaches, there's life coaches. All of them have a little bit different slants to what they do and can be talked to differently, right? So you need to understand who it is and talk to them. Now, if you're in the expert industry and coaching industry, creating your online brand, one of the best ways to identify and also pick the person who you wanna work with, because you actually get to pick that person, right? No one's forcing you to do anything. You get to pick it. It's really good to go off your own experience of like what you've gone through, because it creates relatability. It creates relevancy. And most people just are looking to get understood, right? They're seeking to be understood. So if you understand what they're going through and also what they want, it's gonna be easier for you to talk to these people and also craft the next part, which I'm gonna go into in a second, the next part to them, right? Which is gonna be attractive for them. So really going from your own experience so that you can create these stories, so you can create these different ideas and angles, so you can create ways that you can be empathetic to what they're going through, because maybe you've already gone through it yourself. And so if you haven't gone through it yourself, well, you gotta do quite a bit of research to feel what it's like to do that, right? So understanding what you have is going to be really helpful for you to pick and choose who you want for your lead system. So that's number one. Who do you want, right? And let me know. Who are you going to attract for your lead system? Number two is you gotta have a dialed in message. And when I say message, you need to be talking to these people in a way that they understand, that you understand who they are, what they want, and what they're going through. Okay? So this is thinking about, their frustrations that they're having, the pains and problems they're going through, what's happening in their daily life, what strategies are they trying, what frustrations are they having with that, what's happening in their overall life, what's happening in their mindset and their feelings, what emotions are they feeling as they're trying to attempt and get out of the problems that they're having and get the aspirations and goals that they'd like, right? So again, this goes back to who you are talking to. That's why it's really important to know who it is, because if you don't know who it is, how are you supposed to talk to the the struggles that they're going through. And on the other side, you also want to talk to where they want to go. And if you don't know who you're talking to, how are you supposed to know about what outcomes they want, what desires they want, what aspirations they really want in their life? Because that's how it's going to be attractive to them. So I can go into a group of, let's just say 100,000 coaches, and if I don't have the right message, I'm going to be ignored. And so the way to not be ignored and the way to attract those coaches to me is to dial in a message that is going to be attractive to them. So I know for coaches that they would like more leads and they'd like a system and they'd like those systems to create more sales for them, right? And so this video is about creating more leads, right? Attractive message to the right person. Now, if I'm talking to someone who's not even in business right now, maybe they're like an employee, this is not relevant to them. What might be more relevant to them would be talking about, getting the courage and the mindset to leave their job, or potentially, how did they get a raise in their career, right? Two different messages to different people. Understanding who it is really important. Understanding what you're saying is going to be even more important so that you can attract that person and not be ignored by them. And so when you speak those messages to them and you're using your own experiences, you create a bond because they're like, hey, this person knows what I'm going through. They understand me. They've been there and done that. I'm going to seek more from that. They start to know you, like you, and trust you, right? So the trust comes from like viewing you more and more often and saying things that are just, ahas to them and just being dialed in with what you're saying. So that's the second part. Now, the third part is about how do we create the system behind this? So we know the right person, we have the message, right? How we're gonna message. The third part is we need a mechanism that's going to create a system for us, for our leads and our people to go to take action with. So for us, we use events. So we have something called the Breakthrough Method, which teaches people how to create their own virtual events. And so for us, our event is called the Scale Your Sales Intensive because we teach experts and coaches how to use events to scale their sales from one-to-one to one-to-many, right? And how to design this so that they're not stuck in this marketing hamster wheel and so that they can focus their efforts and marketing and systems into one effort of an event and then cool off not during the event and then keep going and then go back again when they put the event back on. So our lead system is based off our event, and so could yours, right? But you also could probably see other people. They have guides, they have checklists, they have webinars, they have templates, they have all these different, mechanisms for how you do it. But what I want to just assure you and also recommend to you is you find a mechanism that you can start small but also go big, right? So you want to think, okay, a guide could go, small and then also big, but is there good longevity from it? And will it do the things that I need it to do for, the aspects of building that know, like, and trust factor? And that's what we love about events is you get people results in advance, you build a community, we give them great content, and we do some coaching in there. So it's a good taste of what we have to offer. That's why we love it so much, right? And so what is your mechanism? Who is going to be your ideal client? What's your message for them? And what's your mechanism for them? And if you do that, you create a lead system for yourself that you can count on, that you can focus on, that you can use on an ongoing basis. So what's your biggest takeaway from today? Tell me out of those three what you need to work on most, and also where you're gonna be taking the most action as well. So you might need to work on who you're dialing in who is for. You might need to work on your messaging, and you might need to create a mechanism to get those people to take action. So you create a system for yourself, a repeatable system for yourself to convert those leads into sales. Now, I wanna make sure that you understand that not every message leads to the mechanism, right? So you don't have to be selling every single time. Your message is important to dial in, but if you want to create a system that creates a windfall of leads and a flow, you need all three of those parts. All right, so tell me in the comments. I want to hear, what was your biggest takeaway? Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention, and it's an honor to watch you learn and grow. Bye for now.